Okay, so hey there guys. So today's video is going to be a Fenty Beauty Get Ready With Me where I concentrate on using a lot of Fenty Beauty products. I think I was trying to do this in one of my looks that I did with this palette, but now since I have this eyeshadow palette, I do want to film more Fenty Beauty looks. I mean, I can't really do much with this palette, but I wanted to dedicate a video to a lot of her products that I do really love. So I'm just going to prime my eyes. But I've only really used this palette, I think, in my first impressions of it. So I wanted to whip it out and use it again. I don't think I've used it in another Get Ready With Me. I've only said how I feel about it in favorites videos and stuff like that. So I felt like I wanted to whip it out and use it again. I've only been able to use it not even more than 3 times since I got the Ace Beauty palette because I was testing that out quite a bit. So now we're going to use this palette. So I think my eyeshadow primer might be actually donezo this time. I keep on, oh Jesus, that just squirted everywhere. Well, now we can use it. Oh my God. It just squirted onto my makeup mirror, so it's not like it really got anywhere. It got on my mouse pad too, but I'm just gonna take what got on my mirror and use that. So it's not as warm outside as it is in my house right now. I really wanted to wear my Bambi sweatshirt for this video, but I feel like it's so warm in my house right now that I feel like I would just be dying if I decided to wear it. So I'm slowly getting what I ordered in. So I can't wait to share the clothing with you guys that I have recently ordered. I've gotten about 3 things. I'm still waiting on another item from Hot Topic that just shipped today. The rest of the order hasn't shipped yet, but it's been a few days since anything has actually shipped from that order. Because I received the Bambi sweatshirt and the Breaking Bad t-shirt first before anything else. And then nothing else had shipped for a few days, and the next shirt that I'm getting just shipped out last night, so but I did wear the Breaking Bad t-shirt in Me and Chip's live, so I think it might still be up. I'm not sure. But it's been up for about a day, so thank you so much to everybody who watched. I didn't clean my brushes from then, so I'm probably just going to use my other eyeshadow brush because I forgot to spray my brushes yesterday after doing the live with her, so they're full of red eyeshadow, so yeah. So I'm just going to jump into literally probably a couple of ColourPop shades. I'm just going to use Firefly first as my transition shade. Because with this Fenty palette, it's not exactly a palette that you can do a full look with. I still have to pull in just a couple of ColourPop shadows in order to complete a look with it. I have been using the single shadows in here quite a bit when I do use this palette, but I do want to use just one shade from my Dream Street palette because I do want to hit pan on this shade in here, so I figured when I can use it, I might as well use this instead of my single shadows. So I'm just going to use Shooting Star from my Dream Street palette. I think I already said Dream Street palette, but why not say it another million times because I feel like I always do that. Oh my gosh, please don't fall. That's what always happens every time I film a video, is that I always feel like something is going to fall eventually. So I'm just going to take that on this side as well. I feel like it takes so long to hit pan on ColourPop shadows. Don't mind my chair, by the way. It's literally broken. And it's just really hard to sit in right now. So yeah. I'm trying to fix the backing of it, but I don't know how the thing fell out from underneath the chair, so it's a struggle today. I really want to just order a new chair. I might just do that because I don't like this chair at all. It's just not a very good chair. And I know you have to like replace your desk chairs eventually because they don't last forever. Josh has replaced his chair like 3 times in the past like 8 years, and I haven't replaced mine since like I don't even know how long ago. So yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to wipe this off with my color switch, and I'm just going to spray it a little bit because I don't have to worry about blending too much with this but this is like my favorite brush to define the crease with, so I'm just going to wipe it off. I don't think it'll affect it too much because it does kind of like affect the way that I blend with these or blend with any eyeshadow when I do wet the brush. But I have no choice today because I forgot to do it yesterday. So now we're going to jump into the Fenty Beauty palette, and I'm just going to take a couple shades out of here. Yeah, I figured he knew that I was going to see him today, so he just texted me now, and I just started getting ready, so yeah. So I'm going to jump into this shade right here. I'm basically, like, there's really not too much versatility you can do with this palette anyway, but I still wanted to use it today, so it's just a really easy, like, go-to palette right now. And I actually think that that blended pretty nicely despite using the Ulta spray. It actually laid down pretty easily. So I felt like it wasn't going to be too much difficulty to put it on because I feel like these Fenty Beauty shadows are a little bit drier. Not as dry as the only thing that annoys me is that he never like will tell me what he wants to eat until I literally leave. So, yeah. And then I'm going to jump into this shade right here to define my outer corners. So again, these shades are just like really easy to just do like an everyday look with. I was just going to hop on live today and use like a bunch of Fenty products, but I decided to film it instead because I have filmed so much pre-filmed content that I've been posting so much that I'm like kind of running out of videos to post now because since I have bought so many new products, I wanted to get up my first impressions like really quickly. Like I wanted to post my favorites video yesterday, but I also really wanted to share my thoughts on the Ace Beauty palette before I put up my favorites video because I wanted to talk about it in my favorites video. So my favorites should be up tomorrow, but you're not going to see this video for like a week anyway. And I still have my declutter video to post too, so. So now I'm just going to put on my glitter glue. I think it looks fine. And I was initially going to use the bronze shade, but I did use that in my first impressions of the palette, so I'm going to use a different shade. Probably going to use the pinky shade, because I'm kind of feeling that one today. And I'll just pop like the more neutral one on my inner corners. But yeah, I usually use most of the palette every time I use this palette anyway, so yeah, so I'm going to take this pink shimmer shade, and that shade is called Simmer Down, and I'm going to put that on my lid. And I do actually enjoy the lid shades in here a little bit more than the Ace Beauty ones. I find that these are much easier to apply over glitter glue than the Ace Beauty ones are. I feel like the Ace Beauty ones, like, just certain shades, especially the pink shade, it was a struggle to apply that shade to my lid. And I feel like these, you know, come out really nice with a base. and they're just easy everyday shades to apply, and that's why I wanted the palette, because I thought it would just be an easy palette for every day, which I've said like probably a million times, so yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna eat a snack before I see him, but I think because he always wants me to tell him like what I want to eat, and then he'll tell me what he wants to eat, so I'll like text him in like 20 minutes if he doesn't say anything. Okay, and then for my brow bone, I think that looks fine. I'm going to go in with the ivory shade, which is called Nookie Rookie. The crease shades were Come and Get It and Affogato. Affogato is the one on the outer corners, and Come and Get It is the one on the defining shade. Yeah. I was like, I forgot what I was doing for a second. I was like, oh yeah, my brow bone. I don't know if I'm gonna have like a snack before I leave. I was thinking about just having like a banana or something, but I'm really not that hungry. I might soon though, like right before I leave. But I do like saving my appetite for when I see him, because I get full so quickly now, especially since we have like so much food, so. Okay, so that is basically it for the eyes for now. I think it looks pretty good. I don't feel like I have to go in and blend anything again. Surprisingly, I just feel like I might need a little bit more of that outer corner shade. But I do have some exciting things coming up. I'm going to go live with a couple of other YouTubers this week, and I'm really excited. So stay tuned for that. Again, those will probably be up before this video, so yeah. This video probably won't even go up till like next week, because I have an upcoming collaboration that I have to film. I actually have 2 collabs that I have to film, and they're both pink looks. Spring is just the time for pink, so I love doing pink looks in the summer, but I also still love my neutral looks. So let me grab the rest of my face products. Alright, so now let's jump into the face makeup. To prep my skin, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Make It Dew spray. It also says you can use it as a prep spray. And then for my face primer, I'm going to jump into my Farsali Unicorn Essence. See, I do feel like the Fenty Beauty spray kind of makes my skin a little bit drier than I would like to. I still prefer using the MAC spray, but I wanted to test it out and see how it would act as a prep spray, but I still prefer the MAC Prep and Prime, because like I've said a million times, the Prep and Prime is like a cult classic. I feel like my skin is not doing the best today, but I did keep my makeup off for quite a long time yesterday, because I took it off right after I had went live with Chips, so. Okay, and then for foundation, I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation. I'm in the shade 110. You guys know I really like this foundation. I like this a hell of a lot more than the original foundation. I know there's a lot of fans of the original foundation, but this one I definitely liked a lot more. And I find it still has great coverage as well. I just decided I wanted to use it today. And also, it's the only Fenty Beauty foundation I have, because, again, I like it a hell of a lot more than the original one. I just feel like the original one, like, sucked all the moisture out of my skin. Like, it just wasn't a good foundation for me. I'm just gonna probably put on more on my neck once I blend out my face. I just need a little bit more water. Oh my god. I also finished Schitt's Creek yesterday. Oh my god, it was such a good show. I'm kind of sad that it's over, but at the same time, like, finishing that show kind of delayed me from... See, it's so nice the way it covers. I almost feel like it's too much coverage for today though, because I'm just going to my boyfriend's house and I usually wear something a little bit lighter, but why not, you know? YOLO. um, but yeah, it was just great. I loved it and I'm so happy that I finished it. It was a great show. All around, just great show. I highly recommend it. I feel like there's more coverage on this side than this side. I feel like that always happens when I do my makeup. But then I usually don't care because usually like then I put on my concealer and then it's like it kind of just balances out anyway. Does anybody else find that happen? I feel like this is not just I feel like the newer L'Oreal sponge like absorbs the water way more than the older one did. And I don't love that. I still love this sponge, this foundation. I do like this foundation too, but I don't love that it absorbs all the products. I mean all the water, not the products. But it does give me more coverage that way, but you guys know I like my dewy looks. I decided to put it on my fingers this time because I felt like that would probably cover my neck better. Okay. So that's good for that. I have some upcoming collabs with Marley. I'm doing something with Anya, so I'm really excited. I can't wait. They just gotta tell me when. Okay, so after that, we're gonna do concealer, obviously. And I'm gonna go in with, if I could get the foundation off my hands, with, of course, my Fenty Beauty concealer. You guys know I love this concealer, and this is the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer in the shade 150. No, I didn't know where the shade was. And I'm just going to apply some of that. I love this shade because it's not too white for me. Sometimes I don't really love stark white concealers because I feel like for fair skin tone girls, they kind of just wash you out way too much. And then there's also can be like too much flashback. I feel like this one's like a perfect like neutral shade for me. And it kind of just blends in really nicely to the skin. I don't know why this sponge is so stiff on top, though. It's kind of annoying me today. And I've already wet it like twice. But I did also wet my sponge before I walked the dogs, and then it kind of just got too stiff. Because it's like really humid in my house right now. Like it's colder outside. But like I said, if I wore this sweatshirt, I would have been like burning up right now. So I'm just going to throw on a sweat jacket over this t-shirt because I know if I wear the Bambi sweatshirt, I'm going to be too hot. It's going to be too hot in his room. Once I get to his room, I'm going to be like burning up in the sweatshirt. So I'm like, I'll wear it when it gets colder out again. Like when we have a 50-degree day or something. Okay, so now I just want to wet my sponge again a little bit, and I'm just going to blend it out underneath my eyes. It might just be because there was like a little bit of product left over last night, but I don't know, the point is like kind of weird now. It's like jutting out, which it never really does, so I don't really know what's going on with that. I mean, it's still blending out everything just fine, just not as good as it usually does, because I don't know why it's all pointy like that. Okay, so once that's all blended out, I really love this concealer. It just gives such a nice look to the under eyes. And I always try to like blend out the inner corners now because sometimes I always forget that and it always looks like weird. So I try to blend that out when I can. I don't know why it's just like sitting there though. Maybe if I use my finger. But I like how it gives like a dewy, hydrated kind of look to your under eyes before you actually set it. So I'm going to wait a little bit to set my face because I want to use a cream blush today because I obviously picked up the new Fenty Beauty cream blush. And I feel like my skin's a little bit dry today that I might not even set the rest of my face necessarily. But I like how it remains dewy before you set it and then it like looks really pretty after you actually set it. And I'm just going to take a little bit on the sides of my nose and my forehead, and that's about it for now. Okay. And then I'm going to do just some lash primer with my L'Oreal Voluminous Primer. Alright, you know what? I am going to set my face but I'm going to do it after I apply more products just so I can let the setting spray soak in. I don't want to set my face right away to like get rid of some of the moisture in my skin, so I'm just going to go straight in with the liner because I'm just too lazy to do my lash line today, but I felt like going in with brown liner today, just, you know, add a little bit more interest to the look rather than using my nude liner. And plus I have to sharpen my nude liner, but also I just felt like using my brown liner today. Okay, and then I'm just going to set my face real quick because I want to spray my face before I put on mascara so I don't really, you know, mess up the mascara. So I'm just going to go in kind of lightly with my Flower Beauty powder. And I'm just going to go like that, and that's about it. And then I'm going to spray my face again. Oh, this powder just makes this foundation look so good. Like, it's ridiculous how good that powder is. Okay. And then I'm going to do my mascara. And of course, I'm going to use one of my favorites. I love this mascara so much. And this is the Fenty Beauty Full Frontal Mascara in the shade Cause I'm Black. Obviously, it's just a black mascara. But I love this mascara. It's a great mascara. It makes your lashes so long and voluminous. I might even still like it more than the ABH because I feel like the ABH is great. It's just a little bit more chunky than this one. Like this one like doesn't get chunky at all. It's just like such a good mascara. It does such a good job of grabbing all your lashes and making them really long. When did I get this mascara? I think back in like February or January, so I think it's still good for now. But I feel like the wand is a little bit dry, so it might be getting dried out pretty soon. But I love it. It's such a good mascara. I've been hooked on the ABH one lately though, but this one's still a great one. And I decided to set my face because the Fenty Beauty cream blushes actually go really nicely over powder, so. But I really like how my face looks right now, so yeah. And now I'm just going to coat my lashes with my Lash Discovery mascara. Just make them nice and long. I do notice that my under eyes look a little bit dry right now, but that's okay. I try my best to hydrate my face before I put foundation on, but it doesn't always work because I do have dry skin. Okay, so now I'm going to go back into the Fenty Beauty palette, and I'm just going to take this shade right here, and I'm going to pop that one on my inner corners. And then we'll do the rest of the face in just a minute. So I'm going to take my inner corner brush and just dip into that shade. Hopefully that'll be enough. I feel like I'm always getting powder everywhere now. And I feel like I need to vacuum my room again, or at least like clean my desk off again because there's already like makeup everywhere again. And I still haven't vacuumed up what I dropped in my live when I dropped that unicorn highlight. Like I picked it up with like a tissue, but I didn't vacuum it up afterwards. It's kind of still on my floor. Whoopsie. But I cleaned up most of it. It just, I forgot that I wanted to put like a stain remover on it rather than having to vacuum it up. So, but I honestly don't care because, yeah. If anyone decides to move into this house at some point, they're probably definitely going to recarpet everything. So, because the carpets need to be recarpeted anyway. And if they ever eventually use this room, they're going to have to recarpet it. So, it's weird to figure that someone else would live here at some point because this house is like, I think almost 40 years old now. My mom's lived here since before we were born, so it's like 30 years old. Okay, so let me grab the rest of my products. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with bronzer, and you guys know I've been enjoying this bronzer lately, but I've loved this bronzer since I've gotten it. I got this during the summer bonus sale. So this is the Fenty Beauty bronzer in the shade Into Sun. It's the Sunstalker Instant Warmth Bronzer. I don't exactly think that this warms up my skin, but it gives like a really nice like cool toned bronzy look to my skin that I really like. And I really like this bronzer. I know most people do like it, and she did just come out with cream bronzers, but cream bronzers are just not my thing, so I much prefer powder bronzers, but I'm not totally against trying cream blushes, so that's why I decided to get the blush. So I'm going to apply that in just a sec. But, you know, nothing beats like a neutral eye with like long lashes and juicy lips. I feel like that's my favorite look in the summertime. I do it like constantly in the summertime. Okay. And then for the blush, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Cream Blush in the shade Rosé Latte. And I'm going to use the stippling brush that I've been applying it with. Which I don't know why I never did this with like my other cream blushes, but hey, you'll live and learn, you know? So I'm just going to take that and apply it. And it does a really good job of picking up cream products. This is a really old MAC brush that I've had for a long time. And see how it actually applies pretty nicely over powder? And I kind of want to build it up today. And I think that looks really pretty. I'm going to do the same over her. The only problem with this brush is that it does shed a lot. It is kind of annoying. Like, the fact that it's literally sticking right now, it's just annoying. Literally sticking. Can I speak? Erica, can I speak today? I literally say that in like every video because she knows the struggle is real. Oh my gosh. I don't know why there's no, my concealer like looks a little weird there, but you know what? It's gonna crack anyway eventually, so not really too worried about that. Let me just go in totally with the wrong end of the brush. Okay. Are you serious? I literally just got that hair off. Oh my god. At least it doesn't really disturb the product I just put on though, so that is annoying that it sheds so much, and I'm just gonna blend it a little. Okay, and then for the highlight, I'm going to use the one and only Fenty Beauty highlight that I own, which is Lighting Dust and Fire. Okay, that happened. Which is Lightning Dust, not Lighting Dust, Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. This is the Kilowatt Freestyle Highlighter Duo, and I'm going to use this to highlight my face tonight. I do really love the Fenty Beauty highlights. I feel like this one kind of got ruined after I gave it to my sister, because I gave it to my sister for like a month or so to use for her show that she was in like last summer, I think it was, or maybe it was like way earlier than that. But it's still really, really gorgeous. It's more of like a starker white kind of highlight, but it's so pretty. And I feel like it's, you know, seen better days, but she used to use it for her show, so it kind of got like really messy then. But I thought it was such a beautiful highlight for her to use, because it's like I had given her this one and I gave her the, I don't even know why I gave her this one, honestly. Like, this was one of my favorites, but I gave her this in the NARS Bonk Disable palette, and she loved like both of them. I'm like, I know, they're like really beautiful highlights that aren't too sparkly, but like are exactly what you need for your show. Alright, so now I'm going to set my face again with the spray. And that's the last time I'm going to spray my face. And then I'm just going to brush out my brows really quick, and then we'll jump into the lips. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the lips. I do have one of her liquid lipsticks in the shade Unbutton, which I think would be a perfect shade to go in with today, but I don't need to use a liquid lipstick right now, because where am I going? So I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Mademoiselle lipstick in the shade Single, which is, I do actually love these lipsticks too. So I'm going to go in with this one. I haven't worn it in a while. And this is a great shade to wear today too, so. See, it's just, I love this lipstick. It's just such a great formula. She really does lip products amazing. Like, she kicks ass with lip products. They're probably my favorite things from her, because you guys know how much I love her glosses. Excuse me. Okay, and then I don't know if I want chicken tenders from Chili's today too. I don't know if I necessarily want the ribs, but we have so much fried chicken that like sometimes I try to get something else from Chili's. Okay. So I think that's good for the lips. Okay. We're good with that. And now we're going to go in with a gloss, of course. So I don't know if I'm just going to go in with my usual, which is Fenty Glow, which goes with like any lipstick, or I'm going to use one of them from the set that Chip got me. And I might go into Hot Chocolate. Let's watch Rooney's these. Hot Chocolate does go on a lot sheerer over a lipstick, but I think I'm just going to stick with Fenty Glow because I love this one so much. And honestly, the Fenty glosses are like unbeatable to me. They're just my favorite. They make your lips so juicy and they smell amazing, and they're just so freaking comfortable on the lips that like nothing really beats this formula. For me anyway. But a lot of people love the Fenty Beauty glosses. I love these more than the Pat McGrath, more than my ColourPop. I do really love the Bite Beauty glosses though. Those ones are still really good. Alright, so we are about done, you guys, so I'll show you guys the final look. Alright, you guys, so this is the finished look. Here are the eyes. I love how I twitch to like close my eyes. The cheeks. And the lips. Sorry, I was like twitching a little bit. My face got a little bit stiff, so I just wanted to stretch out my face. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My hair's a little bit knotty. I don't know why. But yeah, I love mostly all of these Fenty Beauty products. I actually enjoyed using the eyeshadow palette more today than I have. I didn't think I really liked it as much as I liked using it today, but I really think that the look that turned out today, it was a lot better than what I had turned out before using it. So yeah, I think it looks really good. And of course I love her. She really does powder products really well, like her bronzer, her highlight. I don't have any of her powders though. I would probably like to try those in the future, but you know, since I'm trying to use up my ColourPop No Filter, I've just been using that one. And also I have my Hourglass one that I want to finish up as well. So since I had gotten the Beauty Bakery and the Maybelline Fit Me earlier this year, those were the two powders I decided to introduce into my collection. So yeah, that is pretty much it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media. Bye! And let me know what your favorite products are from Fenty Beauty. I really would love to know. I know she has a lot of mixed reviews about her eyeshadows, and her liners I heard weren't that good. I think I've seen a lot of positive reviews about the mascara. I love the mascara. And a lot of people do like her foundation. I don't know if people love her concealer, but I love her concealer. It's one of my favorite high-end concealers. Definitely better than like other, because like honestly, like for me, I prefer concealers from the drugstore, but the Fenty Beauty, the what was the other one? The Urban Decay are like my only two like high-end concealers that I really had fallen in love with. Last year, there weren't really that many other ones. The Fenty Beauty one is a great concealer. So, and then of course I love her lip products. Her lip products are bomb. Her glosses are bomb. Her lipsticks are bomb. And then the bronzer, and the blush honestly really has impressed me a lot. I actually really love how it looks on the skin. It looks beautiful. And then her highlight, of course, I've always loved it. And this, I don't know. I don't really love this. I prefer my Flower Beauty spray over this. I feel like this still doesn't add enough hydration to my skin. So this might be the only thing that I'm still on the fence about. But I think I changed my tune about the eyeshadow palette today. Alright guys, bye!